I'm assuming they probably told you that, right?
Yeah, they did.
So was that a good thing or a bad thing?
I think that was a bad thing for me.
Yeah.
I think that kind of got in my head a little bit, but 10's not bad, so.
I noticed late in the game you were down here in the corner. They threw the ball to you, and you were wide open, and you just turned and like, nope, and threw it back out top of the key. Were you just not thinking about it, or were you just at that point going, listen, I'm tired. I just want to keep playing and get out of here?
I think on that one I just wasn't ready to shoot. I just wasn't down the court yet and ready to shoot, so.
Well, tell us about your experience here at MAC. I know you played a lot of years at Central, and you played a lot of big games with all those girls over there. They're still doing well. I know you probably go to some games. We saw you at the game against, I think it was Fredericktown, the game you all went over there with the MAC team. So what's it like going from Park Hills across town and playing for a college instead of a high school?
Well, the jump from high school to college is definitely big. It's a whole lot different. Every game just seems way bigger, like, you know, and you don't play against these people all the time like you do in high school, so it's definitely a lot different.
I imagine you don't know these people like you do in high school, because you might not play Farmington every night, but you knew everybody at Farmington. Same thing with North County and everything else. But here, who are these people at Three Rivers? I only see them a couple of times a year, right?
Yeah, right. It's different.
Yeah, it's an exciting time to be a part of this MAC program. Anybody out there you want to send a shout out to tonight? I know you probably don't know this. I think I told you a long time ago. I know your mom.
Yeah.
Your mom was friends with one of my family members for a long time. And I don't remember if you were around whenever she was around.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, you were probably too young to remember anyway. But got any shout outs to throw out there to anybody?
My family.
Yeah, just let your family know. Maybe all the girls at Central.
Yeah, definitely.
Coaches and all that stuff. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Well, Kinley, you had a great night here tonight, and next time go out and hit 11. Then after that, we'll go for 14. How's that sound?
Yep, thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Congratulations on a great night.
Thank you.
That is Kinley Norris hit from Mineral Area College. Carrie Fisher over here giving her the high five and giving her some loving here on the sidelines, as she had an absolutely fantastic night here. 30 points from the three-point line alone. That's 10 of 22 overall. She picked up a couple of rebounds late in the game, but her night was from the shooting stripe, and she said she never really had a night like that before. She's had some good ones, but not like that. And she's going to leave here tonight just one shy of the record here at Mineral Area College, but she's also going to leave here with her first ever radio interview. I'm surprised we never interviewed her at Central.
That was her first? I'm pretty sure I talked. I don't know if I did talk to her on her signing day because I didn't know about it. I came here first day of the season, and I was like, Kinley Norris, I didn't know she signed.
Yeah, it was like I asked her, I said, me, all that time that Central was winning all those games, we never pulled you up there with all the girls? And she said no.
What she does not remember is that we kind of talked to her, not in an interview setting, at the Final Four a couple of years ago with Central in the interview room. That is probably something she doesn't remember.
She probably chooses to forget sometimes, because it's a little bit of pressure when you're not used to being on the radio sometimes, but she did a great job here tonight.
Yes, she did. Final score, 116-27. We'll take a break, come back with stats after this on KFMO. Final score in this one, Mac beats St. Louis 116-27. Time for some stats. Kinley Norris leads the way with 30 points. Ashley Baragas had 18. Presley Holwig with 15. Marceline Claremont had 11. Casey Teague and Brianna Dolman each had 10. Then it's 8 from Karma Jones and Amia Moore, and 6 from Jayla Clayton. Every Lady Cardinal on the floor scored. For St. Louis Community College, their leading scorer is Mila Sykes with 13. Bella Adkins had 7. Daniela Rendon had 5, and Nadia Thames with 2. Glenn Berry has the team stats.
All right, team stats very much heavily in favor of MAC here tonight. They were 31 of 53 from inside the arc, 14 of 37 outside the arc. That's 58% inside, 38 outside, 45 of 90 tonight in shots. That's 50% overall. 12 of 13 from the free throw line. Lone free throw missed by Karma Jones late in the game. That's 92%. On the St. Louis Archers side, there was 7 of 28 for 25% from the inside the arc. 3 of 12 outside, that's 25%. Overall, 10 of 40, guess what? 25%. 4 of 7 from the free throw line, which is 57%. Rebounding edge, I've never seen a bigger rebounding edge. 45 rebounds for MAC, 13 for St. Louis Community College. Turnovers, I've never seen this kind of a difference in turnovers. 36 for St. Louis Community College, 9 for MAC. And bench scoring, 34 for the Mineral Area College Lady Cardinals. Nobody on the bench coming up to score for St. Louis Community College.
Final score 116-27. We'll take another break. Continue with more after this on KFMO. Back on KFMO, one final time before the men's game. The Cardinals are 14-9. St. Louis, the Archers, 12-11. It's a conference game, not necessarily one that impacts the Region 16 standings when it comes to where things will shake out at the end of the year, but one for conference rankings for the Mineral Area Cardinals. That'll wrap things up between games. When we come back, it'll be time for the tip and the MAC men and St. Louis Archermen from the Bob Sechrist Fieldhouse on KFMO. evening, everybody, from the Bob Seekers Fieldhouse in Park Hills, Missouri. Jared Pettis, Glenn Berry, Taylor LeBrier with you as the Mac Cardinals get set to face the St. Louis Archers and the main event from the Bob Seekers Fieldhouse. Glenn Berry has the starting lineup.
All right, starting off with the St. Louis Archers. They're 12-11 with head coach Terry Collins. They're going to start Patrick Flanagan, a freshman from Oakville, Missouri. C.J. Lang, a freshman from St. Louis. Justin Branch, also from St. Louis, also a freshman. Zach Goss, another freshman from St. Louis. And Derek Smith, freshman, guess where? St. Louis. For the Mineral Area Cardinals, they're 14-9, 3-4 in conference. Tony Irons in his first year will start. Preston Turner, the 6'6 sophomore from Elsinore. Jordan Logan, the 6'8 sophomore from St. Louis. Jordan Richard, the 6'4 freshman from St. Louis. B.J. Dooling, the 6'1 freshman from Chicago, Illinois. And Joseph Scott has made quite an impression in the last couple of weeks. 6'8 sophomore from Baltimore, Maryland.
Starting lineups brought to you by Shelter Insurance Agent Chuck Odell at 63 East School Street in Bonne Terre. Allow Chuck to help protect your family with life insurance. Your local Shelter Insurance agents. We're your shield, we're your shelter. Ready to go in this one. Mac in the home white uniforms, Cardinals on the front, red trimmed in black. Numbers on the front and back match that. St. Louis in the black uniforms with the light blue numbers and wording. St. Louis straight across on the front, trimmed in gray with a light blue stripe down the side, emblazoned in gray and black. I can't tell if these are black or just a dark navy blue, Glenn. They look black to me.
Yeah, they look black to me as well.
Mac wins the opening tip right to left on your listening device. Scott out to the near side, Jordan Richard. Preston Turner wide open at the far wing, tries to go to Jordan Logan, and the bullet pass is too hot for him to hang on to, and it goes out of bounds.
I guess we'll have to get a bird's eye view when they get closer to us, but that sure looks like a black uniform as it meshes in with some of the black leg socks they're wearing.
On the near side, it's St. Louis, and up the floor, Justin Barsh. And Glenn, I think I can confirm those are black uniforms. I like them. Down low pass. They get it to Derek Smith. Fadeaway jumper from two, and he's got it. The Archers lead the Cards. Derek Smith, a freshman with his first make. And at the other end, Mac with it now. Joseph Scott, top of the arc. Got it to Jordan Richard on the near side, through the lane, out to Logan, into the corner. B.J. Dooling, step left, three. Got it. Mac leads. Dooling hits the three and gives Mac the lead 1 minute into this first half.
Well, these uniforms you were talking about, they are black with some light blue on them, which is much easier to read than the previous ladies' uniforms. But, of course, Mac, there's pretty easy to read with the white background and the red letters.
Patrick Flanagan, a graduate from St. Pius High School, is a freshman. He gets it to the near side. Now it's Smith. Fadeaway jumper from the elbow. Rattle it in. Smith has all four.
That is a tough shot. That is a step-back jumper, as you were talking about. It's kind of a shoot from the right side, off-balance type jumper, and he just nailed it.
And so, B.J. Dooling will cross the timing line, get it to Preston Turner. Turner with a man right in his face. That is C.J. Lang, who just held his hand right about 3 inches away from Turner's forehead. Dooling on the near side, tried to go down low, and he threw it out of bounds.
Somebody was supposed to be in that left corner, and they left their spot, I think, a little too early. And Dooling just fired it down in the corner thinking someone was there, and it just went out of bounds.
On the near side, that was Flanagan. He gets it to Smith. Smith, met by Jordan Logan, gets across the timeline with 1 second before a turnover. Flanagan will set up in the logo, now to the near side, cut back to the far side, between the circles, gets it to Justin Barsh. Barsh, top of the arc for Smith, to the near side. That's Flanagan. Lob it down low to the block for Barsh. Back to Lang. He couldn't hit it. Was deflected. And coming away with it, it's Joseph Scott. He'll cross the timeline. Scott hands it off for Richard. Sorry, Glenn.
Yeah, nice little defensive stop there from Mac.
They trail by a point. Scott gets it again on the near side from Logan. Scott working to the baseline. Tries the reverse layup. He is fouled. And Scott will shoot two. And the foul is called against Justin Barsh. That's his first, and the first on the Archers in half number one.
You kind of see these two teams feeling each other out right now, trying to figure out what kind of defense they're playing and see if they can make those adjustments early on. Right now, Max seems to have a little bit of an advantage, but scoring-wise, the advantage is St. Louis.
Joseph Scott with two at the line to our left. First free throw, good. Directions are switched if you're watching on the Mineral Area College YouTube channel. Camera positioned on the opposite side from the broadcast table.
Always like to go home at night, watch a couple of spots that were pretty exciting.
Me as well.
Like the end of the game, what was it, last week when Mac won it in overtime?
Second free throw for Scott. He hits it. 5-4, Mac leads. And Scott nearly forced a turnover, but he lost it out of bounds.
I tell you what, if that floor would have been maybe another foot longer, he would have got that turnover. He just was too close to the edge when he knocked that ball loose and couldn't corral it.
St. Louis to inbound. Throwing it in, C.J. Lane gets it to Patrick Flanagan. Flanagan from Oakville, Missouri. Setting up the offense on the far side. Try to go down low to Justin Barsh. It was knocked away, and Mac has it. 5-4 they lead. Into the corner, Preston Turner. Catch and shoot three. Splash. Nothing but net. Preston Turner.
All the points coming off of threes early on in this game from Mac, B.J. Dooling, and that time Preston Turner. And you know if Turner gets hot, it could be a long night for St. Louis.
Crossing the timeline, Flanagan. Mac leads 8-4. 16:44 to go in the first. Foul line, kick it out near side. Three ball, Zach Goss. It wouldn't go. Taking up the near side. Preston Turner in Mineral Area. Jordan Logan to the near side again. Turner catch and shoot three from the wing. That wouldn't go. And the rebound is grabbed by Goss. And he gets it to Flanagan. Flanagan across the timeline. Marcellus Phillips ready to check in. To the far corner for Barsh. Barsh along the baseline. Shot blocked from behind, but not cleanly. It'll be a foul on Jordan Logan, his first and the team's first. 16:08 to go in the first.
I think every time you say Flanagan tonight, you should do it in an Irish accent.
I don't know if I can do that.
Or call him Father Flanagan, one of the two.
Father Flanagan. First for Barsh, no good. He's shooting two. Marcellus Phillips will check in. I'll be honest, Glenn. If there's a reference for that, I don't understand it.
I think it's one of those old time things that popped up in a lot of movies over the years, and sometimes, you always see the stereotypical New York police officer named Flanagan.
Second free throw, Barsh. Did he hit that one, Glenn? It looks like he did. 8-5. He becomes the first Archer not named Darius Smith to make a shot, except that one was from the foul line. So now Mineral Area has it. Marcellus Phillips up top for Preston Turner. Turner had it poked away. He'll go back to the backcourt and get it. 4 minutes and 5 seconds gone in the half. On the near side, Joseph Scott. Scott up top for Jordan Richard. He'll work around the defender, lose his footing, and lose it out of bounds. And we get the media timeout. 15:44 to go in the first. 8-5. Mineral Area leads St. Louis on KFMO.
My name's Nick Vargo. I'm the lead service advisor in the Pettis Ford Service Department. We are owned and operated by two different families. We treat you guys like a family. You're not just a number on the board to us. You're actually a family member when you come in and get great service. And that's what we strive for, is to create a family environment in the dealership.
Community is everything to us.
Guys, if you want a family-owned and operated dealership that does strive for excellence, we'll get you taken care of.
Come to Pettis Automotive, where we treat you like family.
Want to earn a transfer degree or need training to jumpstart your career? Mineral Area College is the place for you. MAC offers affordable tuition, dedicated instructors, vibrant campus life, and flexible classes, on campus and online. When you're at MAC, you can find a future. You can find a community. You can even find yourself. Apply online at mineralarea.edu.
Missouri Farm Bureau agent Mike Sansegraw, located on St. Genevieve Avenue in Farmington, and Jonathan Steffen at North State Street in Deloge. Contact them today for a free quote on auto, home, business, or life insurance. Mac up by 3, St. Louis ball. And the inbound goes to Zach Goss. Goss across the timeline to the far side. He sets up at the wing. He's met by a defender, Jordan Richard. Picked up his dribble, threw it inside to Kyle Gast, and it was poked out of bounds by Mack. And it'll stay St. Louis ball. Shot clock down to 19. Game clock at 15:32.
Yeah, Marcellus Phillips into the game, knocks that one away. Keeps them from setting up inside.
C.J. Lang on the inbound. Gets it to Kyle Gast. He'll hand it off to Lang. Lang on the near side. Bounce pass down low. He got it to Gast and back out. We're going to have a foul here called against Mineral Area. Jordan Richard on the push. That'll be his first and the team's second. I didn't see it, Glenn, but I heard it. That's for sure.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. It's kind of a bad spot for us, but I think basically what happened is he was just a little off balance, and as the player came around the corner, he just kind of flattened him out inadvertently, but it still counts.
In the corner, step back three. That's Zach Goss. It wouldn't go, or did he take the shot? He was lined up to take it. Got his own rebound. Can't hit the putback, but he's fouled.
Before I get too far away from it, for those who are listening that knew who Father Flanagan was, and I was kind of thinking, okay, I know that name. I know he did something in movies and blah, blah, blah. Boys Town, obviously, is what I'm thinking of. And I know there's probably a few people out there going, come on, Glenn, Boys Town.
First free throw, good for Goss.
And a few others going, come on, Glenn, what are you talking about?
That was me. That was me. Second free throw. Good. Goss hits them both. It's 8-7 Mac with 15-13 to go. That foul, by the way, was the first on Marcellus Phillips and the third on the Cardinals. Phillips gets it now on the far side. Down at the baseline, met by defender, threw it past Preston Turner and out of bounds.
Well, that's 4 turnovers already for Mac. And you know that turning the ball over against anybody is not a good thing. And right now, St. Louis Community College taking advantage of some of those turnovers. You got a chance to take the lead here with 15:03 to go in the half.
At halftime, we will walk you through the MAAA conference seeds as they've released. The tournament starts on Saturday, and there's a little bit of a change on the game times for the boys bracket. We'll likely have coverage from that one, depending on how the girls' matchups are. Here's a feed to the elbow for Darius Smith. He walks and gives it away. And A.J. Thomas checks in for Mineral Area.
Any surprises so far that you've seen?
I don't know. I only looked at it briefly. Let me check on that. On the near side, that was A.J. Thomas up top to Preston Turner. Turner lob it to the foul line for Joseph Scott, and he walks before the pass. That is the 5th Mac turnover.
I was thinking back in that girls' game when St. Louis Community College turned the ball over 23 times in the first half. How would I give that signal to you on the air if I was wanting to tell you that was the 23rd turnover? Is that 7 or is that 20? Wait.
Well, I had Connor on Monday flashing signs to me so quick I couldn't read them. Patrick Flanagan in the far side. Mac up by a point, 8-7. Flanagan switches to the near wing. Picked up his dribble to the foul line. He gets it to Darius Smith. Down low, C.J. Lang back out to Smith. He'll work it to the lane. Fadeaway jumper wouldn't fall. Offensive rebound putback doesn't go either from Gast, and that one's rebounded by Mineral Area, and I believe it was A.J. Thomas with the board. Now on the near side, Marcellus Phillips to Thomas at the far wing. Now to the near side, Phillips again through the lane. Hop step through, flipped it down low to Jordan Richard. Try to go back inside to Jordan Logan, and it's out of bounds off of St. Louis. And we get a substitution. It'll be Mackay Behringer for St. Louis and Carl Claxton in for Mac.
Checking out of the game is Jordan Richard. He'll have a seat for a few moments as Mac inbounds the ball underneath the basket.
Shot clock at 10 as this pass is caught by Logan. Into the corner, Preston Turner, step back on perimeter. 5 on the shot clock. Pass was stolen away by Zach Goss. And again, St. Louis a chance to take the lead. They get it to Justin Barr. That was Mackay Behringer. Couldn't hit the shot. It was blocked. Preston Turner had it to the near side. Logan up top now for Thomas. Behind the back dribble, poked away and stolen again by St. Louis. Kyle Gass with it on the near side. B.J. Dooling will come to check in at the next stoppage. Goss into the logo for C.J. Lang. Lang back to the near side. Gets it to Smith. Smith, top of the arc. Game clock at 13 minutes. Shot clock at 10 seconds. Way out three. C.J. Lang wouldn't go. Rebounded by Phillips. Now to the near side, Turner. Gets it to A.J. Thomas across the timeline. Score still 8-7. Thomas can't hit the layup, and the rebound's grabbed by Goss. On the near side, it'll be C.J. Lang. Game has turned into a track meet. Here comes Diari Duncan. Corner three for the lead. St. Louis, that wouldn't go. That shot was Behringer. The rebound for C.J. Claxton. Claxton across the timeline. Mineral area timeout. This will likely be the media stoppage, if I'm not mistaken. 12:31 to go in the first, and it is going to it'll just be a 30, so we'll keep it here, not the media. 12:31 to go here in half number one, 8-7. Mac leading, and the shooting from the field has really dried up here in this half at this point.
Yeah, neither one of these teams shooting very well. In fact, neither one of these teams getting a good look at the basket. I got a few more shots on the Archers side, but some of those shots are coming with hands in their face, with double teams on them. Some of them are pretty much ill-advised shots down there. So St. Louis getting more shots right now from the field than Mac is, but what's keeping Mac into this ball game is the fact they've hit 2 threes and then 2 free throws. They have yet to hit one from the field inside the three-point arc, and that needs to change pretty quickly if they expect to get out in front of this game.
Mac ball on the inbound on the far sideline. The inbound to the backcourt for B.J. Dooling. He will cross the timeline to the far side. Claxton, catch and shoot, wing three, missed everything, goes out of bounds, turnover.
And that did not feel like the shot they were looking for either. It was kind of a hurried three from Claxton over on the right side, just in front of some of the student section over there, and missed everything. It just didn't look like a real good shot or a real good setup to the shot.
Here's Joseph, check that. That's C.J. Lang across the timeline, and he's fouled as he gets towards the Mac bench. It'll be B.J. Dooling. That's his first and the fourth on Mineral Area.
Well, we've seen some physical games here at Mac the last couple of weeks. I don't think this is going to be one of those games because I don't think the officials are going to allow them to play physical tonight.
The near corner, Flanagan. Couple of pivots, gets it down low to Barsh. Back to the near side, Barsh with the dribble. At the wing, crosses over, tries to get around D.R.A. Duncan and lost it out of bounds. That'll be a St. Louis turnover, sorry, Glenn.
Yep, turnover number 3 for St. Louis. 7 turnovers so far for Mac, and that is uncharacteristic of them.
Media timeout, 11:59 to go in the first. Mac leads 8-7 on KFMO.
Banking with people like you, Unico Bank. We put you first in everything we do. Large enough to serve you, small enough to know you. We're your local hometown bank, your friends and neighbors too. Banking with people like you, Unico Bank.
Steele. St. Louis trying to take the lead, and they will after a Mac turnover. Zach Goss with the lay-in at the other end. 9-8 Archers. And now St. Louis with it again. Check that Mineral Area with it again. Jordan Logan with the deep two, wouldn't go. Rebound Claxton back out on perimeter. Jordan Richard lob it down low to Logan. Got it from Claxton. Trying to work his way inside. Coming to get that one was Justin Barsh. And they nearly forced a turnover. He did force a turnover. It'll be St. Louis ball in the corner.
Well, that's one thing Mac is not doing a good job of tonight, taking care of the ball. 9 turnovers so far, not even halfway through this first half, and you don't win many games doing that.
Across the timeline, it'll be Patrick Flanagan on the near side. He'll work it between the circles. Mac down by a point. Flanagan to the far wing, finds Barsh. Barsh to Gast on the near side for Lang, and he's touched by B.J. Dooling. That'll be his second foul and the team's 5th. And that's another thing. Mac has handcuffed themselves with fouls early in this half. Inbound to the near corner for Goss. Back up top for Flanagan. Flanagan on the far side. Handoff to C.J. Lang. Lang through a screen to the near side. Trying to cross over B.J. Dooling. D.R.A. Duncan comes out to help. Flanagan, far side three, wouldn't go. Rebound deflected away and knocked towards the baseline. Out of bounds off of Mac. Justin Barsh had a tap back rebound try, and he missed that as well.
Yeah, that was really close for him, getting up over the top and putting it back in the net, but ball was knocked out of bounds, the last off of Mac.
Inbound to the near side, catch and shoot three. Zach Goss wouldn't go. Rebound for C.J. Claxton, now to B.J. Dooling. At the near side, this is Jordan Richard. He'll work baseline, looking for Duncan. Trying to swing it back out. It was knocked away and stolen by Kyle Gast. Again, a forced pass will turn into a turnover, and looks like points against. Lang straight on three. I beg to differ. He missed the straight on three. He was uncontested. Rebound for Joseph Scott. Scott gets it back to the near side. That's B.J. Dooling. Lob it down low. D.R.A. Duncan halfway done in half number one. Back out Richard. Far wing three. Rattle it in. Mac leads. Jordan Richard.
Well, Mac needed that bucket. They haven't had a bucket in a while, and that time they worked it down low to D.R.A. Duncan. He made a move that really faked out his defender, but he kicked it back out for the three.
On the far side at the wing, Zach Goss into the corner for Patrick Flanagan. Bounce pass to the far wing for Barsh. Justin Barsh crossovers to the near side. Zach Goss got it to the near wing for Kyle Gast. 5 on the shot clock for St. Louis. To the corner, it was knocked out by Duncan. Shot clock sits at 2. And it will be St. Louis ball. D.R.A. Duncan coming out. Marcellus Phillips back in.
I think a start like this against a better team could really have put Mac in the hole, but right now they're still on top.
Inbound far side, Goss puts up a three at the buzzer, misses everything. That's a shot clock violation. By everything, I mean rim. It got window.
It did get backboard.
Barely.
Got the bottom little orange piece on the left side there.
9:24 to go in the first half. Mac up 11-9. Across the timeline, B.J. Dooling. Through a screen set by Joseph Scott. Scott sets another one. Dooling, far side, deep two, wouldn't go. Rebound grab by Claxton. Back to the near corner for Phillips. Back to Claxton at the wing. Holds at his chest. Tried to lob it down low. It was deflected. Scott keeps it alive but throws it away. And it'll be St. Louis ball with 9:02 to go. I think that would have gone out off of St. Louis had Scott just let it bounce one more time.
Well, yeah, and he also said something down there thinking, I don't know if he just didn't think that was out of bounds whenever he fielded it or what, but the official turned around and gave him a look as soon as he said whatever it was.
Andrew Starkey checks in for Mac. The St. Louis inbound goes to Justin Barsh. Barsh across the center stripe. Taking it far side. Barsh on the sideline, nearly lost the dribble. Starkey nearly had a steal. Flanagan now in the logo. Flanagan pushes off of Starkey. Out to the far side for Behringer. Working through the lane. He hits the jumper. Makai Behringer ties us at 11.
Very difficult running shot. He kept it in his right hand even though he was going towards the left side, and he got it to bounce around and go down.
11-11 on the near side, Starkey. Up top for Dooling. Dooling for Scott on the near side. Scott down low to the baseline, walks and turns it over, and also stepped out of bounds and turned it over. So you could go either of those. Oh,
wow.
They have a foul? No foul.
Yeah.
Sorry, the official was walking to the table.
Well, I think everybody called that one, and that official down below the basket said, yep, that's what he did. So either one of those counts, and it's 12 turnovers now.
Now Mack will force a turnover. Jordan Richard to Andrew Starkey. Far corner three. Got it! Andrew Starkey, the Fredericktown product, with the big make.
That's what he is here for. He can shoot the lights out of the ball. And tonight, Tony Irons puts him into the ball game to generate some offense, and he does.
Flanagan, a couple of crossover dribbles trying to work around Starkey. Picked it up at the top of the arc to the far side. He gets it to Darius Smith. Smith back to the floor. To the near side. Fadeaway jumper. Got it from just inside the foul line. Smith with 6.
He loves that move to the right, move back to the left, move back to the right, and let it float from the right side.
Starkey, pump fake, dribble drive in, 12-footer short, couldn't get his own rebound. That time it's grabbed by C.J. Lang. Now for Flanagan, Hail Mary outlet. That was caught by Behringer, thrown back up top. Starkey nearly had the steal, diving is Lang, and they're going to call that foul. Glenn, I think that should have been a flop because Lang just went diving like a sack of potatoes, and that'll be the third foul on B.J. Dooling. 14-13, Mac leads, 7:13 to go in the first. Media stoppage on KFMO. $7:13 to go in the first. 14-13. Mac leading by a point. And I believe it's going to be St. Louis ball on the baseline, left of the lane. And it will be. Timeout brought to you by Missouri Farm Bureau agent Mike Sonsiger on Farmington, Jonathan Steffen in Deloge. Inbound far side. That was Goss. Couldn't hit the three. Offensive rebound grabbed, though, by Barsh. Barsh to the baseline. Puts it over the top of Phillips. Can't hit the shot. Joseph Scott grabbed the rebound, and he stepped out of bounds.
Wow. It's like that entire inline has grown or something tonight. Everybody jumping on that inline on both ends.
Underneath on the inbound. Into the corner. Near side three. Goss sits short. Tried to get his own rebound, and he touched it out of bounds, but they say it went off of Andrew Starkey. It'll stay St. Louis ball.
Well, this game right now is not going in Mac's favor. It seems like all the lucky bounces are going the opposite way. Still, they lead by 1, but they need to get their offense in and some rebounding under control.
Inbound up top for Darius Smith. Lob down low, double coverage, and a foul on Mack, and that puts St. Louis in the bonus.
And that's probably going to be on Jordan Richard, which is going to be his second one, and that is his second foul here in this game. And that foul was kind of like one of those, I got beat, and I tried to recover by just jumping up in the air and slapping at the ball, and he got all of the body as well.
It is Justin Barsh shooting a 1-and-1 at the line to our right with 6:50 left in the first. First free throw good. Barsh earns the bonus.
It's 2 out of 3 from the line so far.
We are tied up 14-14.
Time in this one is running quick.
It really is. 6:50 to go. Second one good. Barsh hits them both. He's got 3. And St. Louis back up by a point. 6:44 to go in the first. Mackay Bear, I beg your pardon, that was Marcellus Phillips. Got it to Starkey, down low for Scott. He can't hit the layup, but he's fouled. He's shooting 2 more. The foul will be the second on the Archers.
The last couple of games we've seen this MAC team play, it's been the play of Joseph Scott and also Preston Turner as well, but also sticking there Marcellus Phillips. They've really been leading this team lately. Tonight, Scott's trying to get on track. Phillips is yet to get on track, and Preston Turner hit his first 3 and nothing since.
Foul is on Darius Smith, his first free throw for Scott. Good, he's got a second. The big board reads the foul on number 30. That's because Darius Smith is listed as number 30, but he's wearing 34 tonight.
I always love it when they change the numbers, and then you just can't find the guy for like a half an hour.
Second free throw falls in for Scott. He's 4 for 4, and all 4 of his points have come from the foul line. Mac back up by a point, 16-15 with 6:35 to go in the first half. Justin Barsh across the timeline, into the corner for Smith. Back up top to Goss of the near side. Now C.J. Lang around a couple of defenders. Shot blocked by Phillips, and it goes out of bounds. Oh, but they say it wasn't deflected by Phillips.
If anything, it was deflected. I thought at first when the whistle blew, there was going to be a foul call, but everybody on the St. Louis side going, look, he blocked the shot. How did they get the ball back?
The official's going to talk this over. It was blocked, so this should be coming back the other way. They are going to overturn it.
Yeah,
that is the right call.
Yeah. The official on the other side, I think, had a better shot at it. He could see what was going on, but St. Louis knew, I think Mac knew, everybody did, that was a blocked shot.
I'm going to put 17 on the shot clock for St. Louis. Bounce pass on the inbound lane to the near corner. He gets it to Justin Barsh, working to the foul line. Barsh, a couple of pivots there, sends it back out on the far side for Behringer. Sends it up top. Behringer tried to go back down low to Barsh, and he lost it out of bounds. Mac ball.
Well, now St. Louis is doing what Mac did early on, and that is every time you get a chance to put some points on the board and maybe increase your lead or take the lead back, they're turning the ball over.
6 minutes to go before halftime. Jordan Richard to the near side. That's A.J. Thomas. Down low, Marcellus Phillips. Hop step through. Lucky he didn't get called for a walk, and he lays it in. Phillips with 2. Hail Mary outlet all alone. It's Behringer lay-in good. Scott slow to get back. Behringer's got 4, and it wasn't just Scott. It was the entire MAC team.
Yeah, the entire MAC team watching that shot from Phillips go down and just stood there, and you can hear the bench to my right screaming, get back, get back.
18-17, MAC leads. 5.5 to go in half number 1. Back out on perimeter, Andrew Starkey. To the top of the key for Joseph Scott. Bounce pass, Marcellus Phillips. Shot clock at 8. Tried to lob it back to Scotty, was covered. Now for Clax, check that Thomas. 3 on the shot clock. Thomas, far wing 3. Wouldn't go. Offensive rebound, Phillips with the putback. Nice work by Phillips.
Great job by Phillips that time, getting to a ball that was just a tad bit short. Rolls off the rim on the left side. He picks it up, puts it right back in.
Starkey forced the steal. Phillips slow to get up in the back. Stepping around the defender was A.J. Thomas, and it'll be a blocking foul on St. Louis as he drew the contact. It's Zach Goss with the first and the third on St. Louis. 4:58 to go here in half number 1.
A couple of subs now for St. Louis. Patrick Flanagan back into the ball game, and C.J. Lang steps in as well as setting down is Derek Smith, and I didn't catch the other player walking off.
Inbound to Andrew Starkey in the far corner. Sends it back up top, Jordan Richard. 4:50 left. Now to Joseph Scott. Scott, bounce pass. Got it to Richard. 3 far wing. He hits it. Jordan Richard with his second make from the lane of plenty tonight. 23-17, 4:35 left in the first. On the far side, it's Patrick Flanagan. Flanagan, a couple of pivots. Up top for Goss. Now to the near side. C.J. Lang back to Goss. Jumper for 2. Wouldn't go. Got his own rebound. Spin around. Put back down low. Floats it in.
Nice move by Goss after getting the rebound. Not only did he take it down, but he did a little bit of a spin move and then dropped back and stepped back and popped it in.
23-19, 4 minutes left. Mac going to have a pass knocked out of bounds, and this should be our media stoppage if I'm not mistaken. Right at 4 minutes, or do we have to tick past the 4 minute mark? And media stoppage, okay. The officials were talking about it, so we head to a break. 4 minutes left in the first, 23-19. Mac leading St. Louis on KFMO.
St. Louis's favorite pizza has always been square. And now so are our deals. Introducing Square Deals at Emo's Pizza. Now earn rewards faster. Sign up for Square Deals on the Emo's Pizza app or website and get your first 2 squares for free. Emo Square Deals. Order Emo's, collect squares, get free pizza.
Four minutes left in the first half, 23-19. Mineral Area leads St. Louis. Timeout brought to you by Missouri Farm Bureau agent Mike Sonsegra in Farmington, Jonathan Steffen in Deloge. Contact them today for a free quote on auto, home, business, or life insurance. Jared Pettis, Glenn Berry, and Taylor LeBrier back at the studio. And it'll be Mac Ball inbounding left of the lane.
Hear the news that Dickie V is coming back to ESPN on Saturday.
I saw that.
Yeah. Long bout with cancer and several bouts with it.
Inbound up top to Jordan Richard. Top of the arc. Now to the far side. Back to the near wing. See, it's A.J. Thomas. Thomas working to the baseline. 9 on the max shot clock. We get a whistle, a walk, and a turnover.
I wonder what Dickie V would say about this. 13 turnovers in the first half for Mac, and that does not get you an oh baby.
It definitely does not. Inbound on the near side. Goes to Goss. Now across the timeline, Flanagan. Lob down low. Phillips has the steal. For A.J. Thomas across the timeline. Back to Phillips on the near wing. Phillips had it poked away, and it goes out of bounds off of St. Louis. And the inbound will be in front of us.
St. Louis just being a little quicker right now than Mineral Area is, and that particular time, nice play by Kyle Gast as he just reached out there, stuck his hand out, and slapped the ball away.
Jordan Richard has it on the far wing after the inbound. Richard picked up his dribble between the circles, got it to Andrew Starkey at the far wing. 3:15 left, 5 on the shot clock. Starkey had his shot blocked cleanly. The rebound was grabbed by Lang. Outlet now to Zach Goss. Back to Lang, far wing. Mac up by 4. Bounce pass to the near side. Cutting Flanagan off window, can't hit. Rebound Phillips. Mac has it on the near side. A.J. Thomas across the timeline. 3-on-3 to Joseph Scott. Are they going to call a block? They do. It's going against Zach Goss, his second and the team's 4th. Had he been there a second earlier, it would have been a charge on Mac, but he was hopping with Joseph Scott, who was trying to hop around the defender.
And things are getting a little bit physical right now. We're seeing guys hit the floor. We're seeing bodies slam into each other under the basket. And right now the official is putting the whistle in the pocket, trying to figure out something on the side down there. But I don't know if that's answering the question of the coach.
Perspiration on the floor. They got to get wiped up. Got to toss a towel all the way down from the Mac bench because St. Louis Community College doesn't have one. Mac leads 23-19, 2:54 to go in the first. The referee's wiping it up. Use this time to remind you again at halftime we will give you the MAAA Conference Tournament seeds. They release tonight. 2:54 to go in the first half.
Nice to see.
Sports Halftime Show coming up.
Nice to see Andrew Starkey getting some time in here in this first half. After he hit that first 3, they have been dogging him ever since. They know he can't be left alone.
And we get a whistle and a moving screen called against Marcellus Phillips. They were trying to get Starkey open. 2nd on Phillips, 8th on Mineral Area.
Well, when he's open and he's got the shot, he can drain him. We've seen that all through high school, but that time Marcellus Phillips did not do it right.
On the near side, C.J. Lang back into the backcourt. Well, he had 1 second to get across it. He did. That was Zach Goss. Back out on perimeter. Flanagan into the paint. That's Barsh. Shot wouldn't fall. Offensive rebound. Flanagan back out. Goss. Near side jumper from 15. Too strong. Marcellus Phillips with another rebound. And now it's A.J. Thomas. To the near side, Jordan Richard. Richard and another moving screen, this time on Joseph Scott. That's his first and the team's 9th.
Well, we've seen that a lot here lately, and it's just something that Mac has got to work on. They got to figure out what they're doing wrong and figure it out quick, because those moving screens are costing them possessions.
Inbound, bounce to Kyle Gast. He'll put it back into the hands of C.J. Lang, who crosses the timeline. 2:15 left in half number 1. Mac leading 23-19. Far side pass. That's Goss. Into your feed to Lang. Jumper off window and in. Lang makes it a 2-point game, 23-21. 1 possession game is what I meant to say.
Yeah, they're hanging around. You don't want these guys to hang around long, because the longer they hang around, the more of a chance they get to pull this one out.
A.J. Thomas to Scott, back to Thomas, to the foul line. Down low, Phillips, off window and in with the layup. Marcellus Phillips has 6.
Well, that time I think they were so enamored with Starkey over in the corner that they went out to cover him and left Phillips alone.
Corner 3 at the other end, way too strong. The miss from Flanagan, the rebound for Phillips. Outlet, Joseph Scott caught it in transition. Has to force it back out before we get held ball, and they call 3-second violation on Joseph Scott. Great defense from St. Louis to trap him down there.
Yeah, they trapped him under the basket. He couldn't get up over top to throw it, couldn't throw it around this side. Few players on Mac not moving there. They need to move a little bit better, give him an opportunity to get rid of the ball, but a good defensive stop there from St. Louis Community College.
Mac up by 4, 25-21, a minute 15 left in the first. C.J. Lang far side, baseline fake from Darius Smith. He's going to roll it back out to the corner. That was Lang underneath, nearly lost it, dribbled it out of bounds. Oh, it was poked out by Mac. And it'll be St. Louis ball. 14 on their shot clock, 63 seconds left in the first half.
I think this kind of a game favors St. Louis Community College, because they want to keep Mac from running. They want to keep the buckets down. If they can keep this going in the second half, it might be a long night.
Near wing 3, that wouldn't go. It's missed by Goss, and the rebound's grabbed again by Marcellus Phillips. On the near side, A.J. Thomas. 53 seconds left in the half. Thomas to Richard, and he's fouled by Goss. That'll be his 3rd and the team's 5th.
Well, Zach Goss has got 3 fouls, and he has missed 7 shots from beyond the three-point arc tonight. He's taken all 7 and missed all 7 of them. And he's not having a good night so far, and he's about to sit down for a minute.
I think he's getting a warning, too, because he was looking at 2 of the 3 officials and pointing at them. And he's headed to the end of the bench. 48.9 to go. Andrew Starkey on the near side, met by a defender. Flips it to Joseph Scott at the near wing. Scott holding in front of the St. Louis bench. Now for Thomas with 5 on the shot clock. Rejects a Scott screen. Thomas steps around the defender, and another blocking foul called, this time on Kyle Gast. His first and the team's 6th. 2 seconds on the max shot clock will get reset to 20.
Yeah, that was a bailout call right there, because really Mac didn't have a good shot going up, and picking up that blocking foul helps out Mac immensely.
Well, I thought that they would reset the shot clock to 20. Instead, it's a shooting foul. So A.J. Thomas to the line to shoot 2. First free throw, no good.
That does not help Mac out at
Does not. Mac leading by 4 with 30.6 left in the half.
But that was the first free throw they've missed tonight.
Second free throw, good for Thomas. He splits the trip. He's got his first point. Mac up now by 5. And a shot clock and game clock differential of about a little over half a second. On the near side, this is Gast. Gets it to Lang at the near wing. Shot clock and game clock at 15. Flanagan between the circles. Clocks are down to 10 on the near side. Lang through a screen. Lang at the near wing, working through, kick it out far side for Behringer. Catch and shoot three as the game clock expires in the half, and it won't go. At recess, Mac leading St. Louis 26-21. The halftime break brought to you by KFMO Sports. Of course, that's us because you're on KFMO and KFMO Sports Plus. The KFMO Sports halftime show coming up after this.
An approach to teaching and learning that connects the traditional classroom to the real world at Central Methodist University. Now you can learn the way you live and the way you'll work with the new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU.
Banking with people like you, Unico Bank. We put you first in everything we do. Large enough to serve you, small enough to know you. We're your local hometown bank, your friends and neighbors too. Banking with people like you, Unico Bank.
At Belgrade State Bank, we're proud to support our local students. For over a century, we've been more than just a bank. We're part of the community. By investing in our youth, we help build a brighter future, from the classroom to the field. We're here to support our students every step of the way. Belgrade State Bank, proud supporters of our local schools and the next generation. A wise place to do business.
My name's Nick Vargo. I'm the lead service advisor in the Pettis Ford Service Department. We are owned and operated by two different families. We treat you guys like a family. You're not just a number on the board to us. You're actually a family member when you come in and get great service. And that's what we strive for, is to create a family environment in the dealership.
Community is everything to us.
Guys, if you want a family-owned and operated dealership that does strive for excellence, we'll get you taken care of.
Come to Pettis Automotive, where we treat you like family.
St. Louis's favorite pizza has always been square. And now so are our deals. Introducing Square Deals at Emo's Pizza. Now earn rewards faster. Sign up for Square Deals on the Emo's Pizza app or website and get your first 2 squares for free. Emo Square Deals. Order Emos, collect squares, get free pizza.
Getting reliable, high-speed internet in the country was always a challenge. That's why in 2010 we founded Aptitude Internet Solutions. Since then, we've connected nearly 2,000 homes and businesses. We stand for simple rates, high speeds, and friendly customer service. As the world keeps changing, we do more and more online: business, education, entertainment. And we don't want our communities to be left behind. Let us be your local choice for connecting you to the world.
Kevin Ball's Auto Body, the most recommended in the Parkland. The definition of recommended is to be worthy of trust, and they don't take that lightly. They treat your vehicle like it's their own. Your neighbors, your family, and your friends are now satisfied customers because you recommended them. When you need collision repair, don't just take it anywhere. Take it to Kevin Ball's Auto Body in Park Hills, the most recommended, because your car hasn't looked this new since it was new.
Kevin Ball's Auto Body, the most recommended by far.
Come see us after the game.
And we have the MAAA Conference Tournament seeds for you on the boys' side. Girls' side has not released yet. They were actually waiting on Potosi-St. Genevieve game that started at 5 o'clock, so I would imagine they probably started their seed meeting later. But the boys' seeds are released. No surprises within the top two. Farmington and Potosi goes 1-2. 3 seed is West County. They're the outright large school champs. That doesn't surprise me. They said I think they told you off air, Glenn, that they were going to try and rally for that third spot.
Yeah, that was something last night when we did the post-game interview. While one coach was being interviewed, Paul Hamilton, I had a chance to talk to West County's head coach. I said, "What are you expecting?" He said, "I'd like to get a 3." They got a 3.
They did, and they were good. They are honestly. This is going to sound bad. It's a surprise to me only because they have really been on a hot streak right now, and they're without Levi Hale, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they are without Levi Hale for most of the year, and they got some really big-time play last night by Brody Simile. He just came out and almost had a double-double. He was 1 rebound short of a double-double, but he had a heck of a game last night. I think 22 points.
The 4 seed is the Fredericktown Black Cats. They're a whole different team than what they were at the start of the season. They're looking good. 5 seed is Central. 6 seed St. Genevieve. 7 seed Valley Caledonia. The 8 seed is North County. 9 seed Valley Catholic. 10 seed Kingston. 11 seed Arcadia Valley. And 12 seed is Bismarck. Now, here's how Saturday works because there are 4 games, and they are at St. Gen. So I can confirm the first 4 are at St. Gen. And at 2 o'clock on Saturday, 8 seed versus 9 seed, North County and Valley Catholic. 5 seed versus 12 seed at 3:30. That's Central and Bismarck. Then it's at 5 o'clock, 6 seed versus 11 seed, St. John and Arcadia Valley. And at 6:30, Valley Caledonia will play Kingston, 7 seed versus 10 seed. That's all at St. Genevieve. Then you head to the first round, or the quarterfinals rather, and those are played here at MAC the rest of the way. Outside of that, Farmington, Fredericktown, Potosi, and West County all get the first round byes. And so, depending on how the girls' bracket shakes out, we will either way, we're going to probably be in St. John because if what I'm told is correct, the girls' game, or the girls' first round, will be hosted by Valley Catholic since it is their year to host, even though they don't have a team this year. And that's going to be a little bit different because it's an 11-team bracket instead of a 12-team bracket.
Yeah, that is going to be weird. I mean, usually you have a host team, a host coach and all that stuff, but that'll be different in itself. And then, like you said, an odd number of teams, so I guess there'll be a first-round bye for a number 1 seed.
Yeah, number 1, 2, 3, and 4 will still get that first-round bye, and I'm wondering if they're going to also give the 5 seed a first-round bye.
Might be the way to go, yeah.
Because the 5 seed usually plays the 12, and there's not a 12. So that would make sense. I haven't got the bracket sent to me yet, so we will work on getting that bracket for... Wow, breaking news. The girls' seeds just released, Glenn. As of 2 minutes ago. They read Central, Potosi, Fredericktown, Arcadia Valley, 1, 2, 3, 4. Farmington, North County, Bismarck, and West County is 5, 6, 7, 8. That Farmington team's had a rough go of it as of late. And 9, 10, 11, St. Genevieve, Valley Caledonia, and Kingston. That's your girls' seeds. Don't have the bracket just yet. We will get those for you when we can. That is going to wrap things up here on the KFMO Sports Halftime Show. Mineral Area leads St. Louis 26-21. Second half next on KFMO. It is time for the second half. Jared Pettis, Glenn Berry, and Taylor LeBrier back at the studio. St. Louis Community College gets first possession. And we await. What are we waiting on here?
I'm not sure, but the way they're all lined
I think we're
up.
waiting on the third official to get out here.
Oh, okay.
There he is.
It almost looks like they were getting ready to jump ball again.
I know.
I was like, what in the world?
Me too. I was like, when did they change this rule? Inbound goes to Patrick Flanagan. He's to our left. Teams have switched sides. And St. Louis right to left on your listening device. Justin Barsh in the near corner. At the wing now, out to Flanagan. Back to the far side for Lang. Down low to Barsh. Underhand toss. He gets it to Derek Smith. Can't hit the shot. Rebound grab by Joseph Scott. To the near side, Dueling. Now Preston Turner.
That shot's been money for Smith tonight. He just missed it.
Dueling. Far corner pass to Jordan Logan. Out on perimeter. Picked up his dribble at the wing. Got it back to Dueling. Shot clock down to 12. Joseph Scott to the basket with the lay-in and the foul. 6 for Scott. The and one coming up. Foul is on Derek Smith. That's his second and the team's first.
Nice move to the basket, first of all, by Scott, and also to fight through the block, the potential block there by Derek Smith. He just kept on pushing, got it up off the back glass, and also drew the foul.
So Joseph Scott will have an and one at the line to our right. It's good, nothing but net. Scott has 7. 29-21 Mac. 19-17. There's 43 seconds gone here in the second half.
5 of Scott's 7 points have come from the free throw line.
Inbound for St. Louis. Now it's Zach Goss. Fadeaway jumper, and he's got it. 8 for Goss. Now he's tried that all night and hasn't hit a whole lot of them.
Yeah, he's 0 from the three-point arc, but he is 3 out of 5, or 3 out of 6 rather, from the field.
Jordan Logan got away with the walk, missed the first try, got the second, taps the rebound back past Joseph Scott, and it goes out of bounds, St. Louis ball.
I tell you what, that was darn near a great play. If it could have been tapped to somebody closer, because running over to try to get it was Joseph Scott, and he just tapped it too far for anybody to reach.
Down low, that was Justin Barsh. He missed it. Rebound deflected away by Justin Hayes, and Mack had it. Scott down low at the block. Trying to work his way around the defender. Off window wouldn't go. Rebound taken by Goss, and now he'll outlet on the near side, Flanagan. A minute and a half gone in the second. Flanagan between the circles. To the near side at the wing, Barsh. Barsh back up top for Hayes. Hayes gets around the defender at the low post, sends it back out for Flanagan. Trying to work through the lane. Flanagan hook pass back to the baseline for Barsh, and he hits the 12-footer. Barsh with 5. It's still a 4-point game, 29-25.
Well, the pace has picked up, but the offense not necessarily picked up for either team here in the early going of this second half.
Jordan Richard on the near wing. Holding, sends it up top to Scott, threw it behind him. He has to go get that one and nearly dribble across the timeline, and he's going to be bailed out on a foul call going against Justin Hayes, his first and the second on St. Louis in the half.
Yeah, that time I think Hayes just lost his footing underneath there, and he kept pushing and pushing on Scott and finally fouled him as he was headed towards the half-court line.
Derek Smith coming back in. You know, I don't think we've seen Hayes at all this game until this half.
No, I don't remember seeing him before either. In fact, when you said Hayes, I started looking on my score sheet like, where's he at?
When I saw 24, I did the same. He's down at the bottom, listed as jersey number 31. Changed that tonight. Jordan Richard gives the ball away. It was stolen by Zach Goss. Now to Flanagan. Across the center line. Flanagan to the near wing. Underhand toss to Goss. Back to Flanagan. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Goss, corner 3, far side, drained it. Well, that's not good if he's going to start waking up beyond the arc in this half.
Well, he's 1 of 8. That's the first shot he's drained here in this game from beyond the three-point arc, and it pulls him within 1.
Down low to Joseph Scott. Mack up by a point. Scott tried to go through the lane. He's held on to, and that'll be a foul, and he is going up to shoot two. The foul is on Derek Smith. That's his third and the team's third.
That's a bit of a problem right there for St. Louis Community College because Derek Smith has been really dominant down there. Even though he only has a couple of rebounds and a few points, he has been a very big force down low.
First free throw, good for Scott. He's got 8 points in the game. Mack back up by 2. We're not even 3 minutes into the second half just yet.
Kyle Gass checks back into the ball game for St. Louis Community College.
Second free throw for Scott. Perfect again. He's got 9. 31-28 to go. Out of the backcourt. That's St. Louis. And C.J. Lang to the near side. Gets it to Kyle Gass. Back to Lang along the baseline. Waits at a defender. Shot blocked, but I think B.J. Dooling might have reached in before the block. He did. That's the fourth on Dooling. And the first on Mack in the second half. And here comes Andrew Starkey after the free throw.
Now, Dooling had 3 fouls early in that first half. He's set down for the rest of the half. And now here in less than 4 minutes, he's picked up number 4.
First free throw good for Lang. Starkey comes in. Lang's got 3. It's 31-29. Out Dooling.
And none of those fouls were really of the, you'd look at it and go, yeah, that's a foul. It's stuff that we can't see, stuff that's down low, hands in the wrong spot, that kind of thing.
Second free throw short. Jordan Richard had the rebound, and coming in to get it was C.J. Lang. Jump ball whistle, and the arrow favors Mineral Area. Derek Smith coming out. Justin Hayes back in.
That was a quick whistle on that jump ball, I thought, because he just pulled it down. The guy reached in there to grab it, and whistle came almost immediately.
Preston Turner on the near side. At the wing, Jordan Logan trying to work to the baseline. Walks and gives it away. He slid the back foot. 31-29.
It's 2 turnovers in the second half. 18 total for Mack here tonight. That is way too high.
Kyle Gast on the inbound. Gets it to Flanagan far side. He's met by Preston Turner. We didn't see Turner a whole lot in that first half. Pass to the far side, Kyle Gast. Now at the far wing, C.J. Lang. Back up top, this is Flanagan. Near side, that was Goss. Wouldn't go from perimeter. Rebound kept alive by Gast, and he deflected it to Lang. Lang on the baseline. Around a defender after the head fake. Rolls it back out. Goss near wing 3, rattles out. That would have tied us up. Or check that it would have given St. Louis the lead. Another offensive rebound. Lang, Flanagan, near side Goss. He'll work around Andrew Starkey, lay it off window and in, and we're tied at 31s. Zach Goss with 13.
I'd like to have Goss's energy right now. He is just all over the place right now, not only getting shots off, getting after rebounds, tipping the ball around, loose balls, and driving the lane.
Jordan Richard to the corner. Starkey, far side 3, too strong. Rebound Flanagan, and St. Louis could take the lead. Outlet on the near side. This is C.J. Lang. Back down low for Hayes. Off window, can't hit. Logan comes and gets the rebound. Now for Jordan Richard. Richard to the far wing, up top for Logan. To the near side, Starkey. Starkey now to Preston Turner. Turner lobs it back to Logan at the far wing, trying to work inside, trying to split a couple of defenders, does, but the layup rolls out, and the rebound's grabbed by Goss. Hail Mary outlet, Preston Turner has the steal, and a foul is called on St. Louis. That's going against C.J. Lang, his first and the team's fourth.
Well, I tell you what, Logan shot down there low and looked like it was going down. Just rolled and rolled and rolled and finally rolled out of the perimeter. Mack did not have a chance at a rebound there, but checking out Preston Turner as we take a timeout because he's a little winded.
Media stoppage, 15-10 to go in regulation. We're tied up 31-31. Mack ball after this on KFMO.
Want to earn a transfer degree or need training to jumpstart your career? Mineral Area College is the place for you. MAC offers affordable tuition, dedicated instructors, vibrant campus life, and flexible classes, on campus and online. When you're at MAC, you can find a future. You can find a community. You can even find yourself. Apply online at mineralarea.edu.
(31-31), 15-10 left in regulation. Timeout brought to you by Missouri Farm Bureau agent Mike Sonsiger on Farmington, Jonathan Steffen in Deloge. And Mac and St. Louis tied up on the near side. Preston Turner for Marcellus Phillips. Up top to Jordan Logan. Now in the far wing, that's Andrew Starkey. Starkey, Richard, straight on three. Wouldn't go. Rebound grabbed by Derek Smith. Great job of boxing out Jordan Logan. Slowly out of the backcourt, Patrick Flanagan. St. Louis has turned the tide of this one and has really made Mac play their style of game in this half. Kyle Gast cutting to the foul line. That was Goss. They get it to him. Hook shot off window wouldn't go, and Marcellus Phillips collects the rebound. Far side, Preston Turner gets it to Jordan Richard. Richard back to Turner. Near side three. Drained it. Turner's got 6. He didn't think that was going in. He was chasing it down for the rebound.
Yeah, he was following that up thinking it was going to be short, and it kind of looked short from my angle, but it splashed through for a big 3 there for Mac.
Across the timeline, Zach Goss. Down low for Flanagan. Nearly had it knocked away, and now Preston Turner steals. No one to beat. Turner to the cup with the dunk. 8 for Turner. Mac leads 36-31.
Little mini 5-0 run for Mac. That's something they need. They need to get another stop here. Maybe extend that if they can.
Flanagan up top for Lang. Trying to cut around Richard. Can't. Lang back to the corner. Flanagan to the near side. Goss way out 3. That's short. And the rebound goes out of bounds. And here comes A.J. Thomas to check in.
Well, I remember back in high school, we had a guy on our team that would shoot almost every time down the floor, and we were getting it handed to us one time in St. Genevieve, and when we came off the floor, our coach looked at us and said, well, at least we knew we're going to get a shot up. And I think with Zach Goss, you know you're going to get a shot because he likes to take the shots in this game.
He does. He only has, well, I say only, he leads the team with 13 points. In fact, he leads all scorers with 13 points.
That's on 18 shots here tonight. Most of those coming from three-point land.
Up top, Jordan Richard to the near side. Preston Turner trying to work around a defender. Lost it underneath his legs. Got it back to Richard. Now to the far side, Andrew Starkey. Starkey between the circles, taking it near a wing. Gets it to A.J. Thomas, who just checked in. Now to Jordan Richard, far side to the elbow. Back out, Turner. Fakes a 3. Starkey takes the 3 from the near corner. Can't hit it. Rebound offensively, Jordan Richard. Back out on perimeter. 13 minutes left in regulation. Far side, Turner. Shot clock reset. It was at 20, down to 13. Preston Turner threw a Marcellus Phillips screen. To the far side, he gets it now to Starkey. Starkey holds there, trying to work inside. Can't. Back to Mac. That was Thomas. Near side 3 as the shot clock expires. Preston Turner hits it. 11 for Turner. At the other end, Phillips trying the block, and it's Derek Smith who laid it in.
Well, Mac a little bit excited about that three-point shot there by Turner, and that's the second time we've seen him tonight after a 3 like that not get back.
Turner wants another one far wing. That rattles off, and the rebound is grabbed by Derek Smith. Back to the far side, Patrick Flanagan. Mac up 41-33. Check that, 39-33. They statted that before it went and it didn't go. 39-33 is the score. Down low, fadeaway, Smith got it. He's got 10. 12 minutes to go. We should get our media timeout at the next available moment. On the near side, Jordan Richard. Richard to the baseline, up and underneath move, shot good. Richard's got 8, media stoppage. 11:50 to go in the second. 41-35. Mac leads on KFMO. Timeout brought to you by Missouri Farm Bureau, 41-35. Mac leads St. Louis in a game that was tied up 31-31. Not too long ago, Glenn, Mac on a 10-4 run.
Yeah, this game has turned a little bit with Mac getting a little bit hot from the outside. Turner hitting a couple of key threes there. That last one almost went. If it had gone, that would have been a big-time three, but Mac is staying on top of it both offensively and getting on the boards a little bit more here.
Zach Gose and St. Louis across the timeline. Now to C.J. Lang, trying to work around a defender. Shot will fall with the floater. Lang's got 5. Mac up by 4. 11:28 left in regulation. On the near side, it's the Cards. Jordan Richard at the near wing. Gary Duncan top of the arc to Andrew Starkey far side at the wing. One dribble, try to go to Duncan, threw it past him and out of bounds.
I think Duncan was going inside. I think Starkey saw him and thought he could bullet pass it into the middle and catch him going towards the basket, and I think Duncan just leaned in a little further than he thought.
Media timeout again. 11:15 to go in the second. 41-37 on KFMO. St. Louis ball out of this media timeout. Brought to you by Missouri Farm Bureau. 41-37. Mac leads. Archer's got it down low. Lost in the defensive coverage. Derek Smith, and he hits the lay-in. Smith has 12. 41-39. His club trails Mac by 2. 11 minutes left in regulation. Jared Pettis, Glenn Berry, Taylor LeBrier with you on this Wednesday night. Feels like a Saturday. Derari Duncan got away with the walk to the near side. Jordan Richard at the wing. A.J. Thomas. Now to Preston Turner. Top of the arc. Turner to Starkey, far side. Starkey down low for Richard. 5 on the shot clock. Richard, step back 3 as the shot clock sits at 2. It wouldn't go, and the rebound's grabbed by C.J. Lang. St. Louis a chance to tie or take the lead. The Archers on the near side, into the logo. Now to the far side at the corner. That's Justin Barsh, I should say. Barsh with the flying dunk. We're tied at 41s.
Well, that right side of the lane opened up, and Mac just did not get anybody over there to cover him. And now we've got a foul, an offensive foul on Derari Duncan.
Yep, Derari Duncan calling on the push. His first and the team's second. St. Louis ball. And Joseph Scott needs to check in. I believe Joseph Scott checking in. Joseph Scott does come in. Derari Duncan coming out. It didn't sound the buzzer, and Scott couldn't hear the official shouting, "You're in, you're in, you're in, you're in." And Scott looked at him and said sub, and the official goes, "Yep, you're in." Makai Behringer in for St. Louis. He inbounds to Justin Barsh. Gets around the defender. Barsh up and underneath move. Shot good, and the foul. And St. Louis has their first lead in a long time.
Well, almost the halfway point of the second half. Mac had a little bit of a run going there for a while. Kind of looked like they'd changed the momentum of this game. But since then, St. Louis has taken it by the horns, and now they've got their lead and chance to increase it.
Foul is on Joseph Scott, his second. And the third on Mineral Area. Jordan Logan and B.J. Dooling check in. Dooling's got to be careful. He's got 4 fouls tonight. Andrew Starkey coming out.
I think the whole idea, of course, is Get a little more ball handling going for Mack, and also maybe get somebody outside that's get a little bit of a hot hand if they can get him in the game right now.
The and one for Justin Barsh. The traditional three-point play, he converts on it. He's got 10. He becomes the third Archer in double-digit scoring. Mack has just one. That's Preston Turner. Turner gets it now at the far wing. Under a half gone in the second half, or over a half gone in the second half. Jordan Logan has it stolen. C.J. Lang 2-on-1. Gets it to Justin Barsh. He is fouled. From what it sounds like, that one went, Glenn.
Yeah, it went down.
I looked up and it was hanging on the iron, looked away and heard the rumble of the bench.
It just basically went straight up in the air. He was going in for the slam, and at the time the player was running in there, Jordan Logan, to try to block the shot. He went up to block it. I think he got his hands on the ball a little bit, but the shot was thrown up off the back glass high, and it went down.
They threw the ball to Justin Barsh for the and one, and Mackay Behringer must have not realized what was going on because he was moving in the restricted area he couldn't move in once the shooter had the ball, and that's a violation, and so Mack gets the ball. So he won't even get the and one, Will Barsh.
Wow.
And that will be statted as a miss as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, it is, and it basically just cost them a point by not paying attention.
So Mack has it now, down by 5. Preston Turner to the foul line. Out to the near side, Richard trying to cut into the lead. Can't hit the three. Offensive rebound. Dooling put back, but he's fouled. Do they give Dooling continuation on that? I don't think they are. The foul is on Derek Smith, and they do give him continuation. Okay. The 4th on Smith, the 5th on St. Louis. Dooling to the line for 2.
That's an opportunity for Mack to get back within 2 here if they can hit a shot, or actually within 3. But right now, Mack needs some offense.
First free throw, around and out. Mack trails by 5, 9:19 left. Jared Pettis, Glenn Berry, Taylor LeBrier with you. Glad you are with us here on KFMO, and if you're listening on KFMO Sports Plus, second free throw. In, Dooling splits the trip. He's got 4. Justin Hayes comes in. Derek Smith coming out. Hayes will inbound on the baseline. 9:19 left. Mack down by 4. Inbound on the far side. Caught by Behringer. Now to Lang. Lang between the circles. Looks like Mack has switched into his zone defense. Bounce pass to the near side for Zach Goss. Haven't said his name in a while. Up top again to Lang. 9 minutes left in regulation. On the far side, Barsh. Down low, Goss. Fadeaway jumper from 15. Rolls across. Offensive rebound. Grabbed by Behringer. Put back off window and in.
Well, that's the difference in the game right now. Getting on the boards. St. Louis Community College. Mack unable to get offensive and defensive rebounds at this juncture.
Up top, this is Jordan Logan. Bounce pass down low to Joseph Scott. Shot clock at 15 as Preston Turner gets it. Tried to swing it inside for Scott, and a foul is called on St. Louis. And that'll be Justin Hayes, his second, and the last foul St. Louis can give before Mack is in the bonus. You know, they got to 6 fouls pretty quickly in the first half, but Mack never got to the bonus.
We haven't seen a lot of free throws in this game. At halftime, only 12 total free throws between the two teams.
Here is Mack on the inbound. B.J. Dooling to the far corner. A double hopper to Jordan Logan. Now to Richard to the near side. B.J. Dooling trying to work to the baseline. Can't. Back out Preston Turner. Beg your pardon, that's Joseph Scott. Scott down to the baseline. Underneath, hop step. Met by a defender. Put it off the iron and in. Nice work by Joseph Scott. He has 11. Mack down by 4, 48-44 with 8:10 left in regulation.
This game has gotten a lot more physical here in this second half with both teams grabbing, pulling, hanging on, and doing a little bit of physical play. And now a foul called, just as I said that, inside the lane.
The 3rd on Joseph Scott, the 5th on Mineral Area. 8:01 to go in the second, 48-44. Substitutions coming in, Marcellus Phillips for Mack and Kyle Gast for St. Louis. Joseph Scott almost came out. In fact, Phillips was just checking in for Jordan Logan. Inbound corner, Gass with the shot, around and out. And the rebound's grabbed by Scott. Beg your pardon, that was Goss with the shot, not Gass. They're both out there, though. Preston Turner wants a three on the near side. That wouldn't fall. Phillips with the offensive rebound. Shot was blocked by Barsh and rebounded by Goss.
Well, that's something you don't see often is Marcellus Phillips getting his shot blocked.
Down low play. Got it to Barsh. Fadeaway shot, no good. Offensive rebound put back for Lang. He's got 7. 50-44, 7.5 to go. Jordan Richard at the near wing. Richard, bounce pass down low. That's Scott. Hop step through. Foul on the floor. Called against St. Louis. Scott's going to shoot a 1-and-1. Fouls on Kyle Gast, his second, team's 7th. And it's a 1-and-1 for Mineral Area.
It's a situation here where Mac right now down by 6 has got to get a couple of points out of this, and we're going to get a timeout to talk it over.
Media stoppage, 7:15 to go in the second. Free throws after this break. St. Louis up by 6, 50-44 on KFMO.
Getting reliable, high-speed internet in the country was always a challenge. That's why in 2010 we founded Aptitude Internet Solutions. Since then, we've connected nearly 2,000 homes and businesses. We stand for simple rates, high speeds, and friendly customer service. As the world keeps changing, we do more and more online: business, education, entertainment. And we don't want our communities to be left behind. Let us be your local choice for connecting you to the world.
$7:15 left in regulation. Joseph Scott has free throws at the line to our right. Jared Pettis, Glenn Berry, and Taylor LeBrier with you here on AM 1240 KFMO or online at KFMOsports.com. Timeout was brought to you by Missouri Farm Bureau agent Mike Sunsegar on Farmington, Jonathan Steffen, and Deloge. First free throw for Joseph Scott, good. He's going to get the bonus. He's got 12. And the second half of a 1-and-1 coming up here.
8 of his 12 coming from the free throw line.
Second free throw, good. 13 for Scott. Mac down by 4, 50-46.
Can I say it yet?
Say it.
He's perfect from the free throw line, 9 of 9.
Ooh. Well, if he jinxed it, if that jinxed it, that's Glenn Berry, by the way. C.J. Lang, interior pass for Justin Barsh, back out to Goss. He'll probe in, back out to Barsh. Down to the low block, kick it out, far side 3. Flanagan wouldn't go. Offensive rebound, Goss put back in the foul. What a great play by Zach Goss in the end one coming up.
Well, I tell you one thing, it is a great play by Goss, but at the same time, they've got to seal off that backside because he's about, a head short of some of the MAC players down underneath.
Yeah.
And he just snuck in on the left side and grabbed that rebound and put it back in.
What were the rebounds at half?
16-9 MAC.
It just seems like everything on the MAC defensive end, St. Louis offensive end, as Goss hits the and one, he's got 16. It just seems like St. Louis has grabbed everything.
Yeah, pretty much. It seems like that they're really hitting the boards a lot harder in this second half.
And now they throw it away. Stolen by Lang. Slips underneath, and he walks and gives it back.
And that's unfortunate for them. I mean, you don't want to see anybody get hurt at any point, and I'm sure they're going to try to maybe go out there and squeegee that floor a little bit. But he was going in one-on-one, had a lot of momentum, and he just slipped and fell.
6:33 to go in the second. 53-46 Archers.
Nobody's wiping up the floors, so whatever it was, apparently not enough to get out there and work on it.
Inbound rolled to B.J. Dooling. 6.5 left. Dooling across the center stripe on the near side. Now to Marcellus Phillips on the wing. Bounce pass back to Dooling. Through a screen set by Phillips. Dooling on the far side, met by a defender. Rolls it inside for Joseph Scott. Shot clock down to 10. Scott down to the baseline. Back out to Turner. Far wing three all alone. Turner can't hit that. Rebound, Phillips taps it to nobody and out of bounds.
Well, Marcellus Phillips was behind everybody, and I think, again, that shows you what St. Louis has done on the boards here in this second half. They are not letting guys like Marcellus Phillips. They're not letting Jordan Richard in there. They're not letting Joseph Scott get in there to get the rebounds. And these are the guys we see week in and week out pulling the ball down off the boards and taking it inside as well for easy buckets.
5:58 to go. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that's going to count as a shot, Glenn. That pass by Zach Goss had Mekhi Behringer all alone, Glenn, and it went off the backboard. Behringer couldn't get it, and the rebound was grabbed by Jordan Richard. And at the other end, we have a foul on St. Louis. It's Patrick Flanagan, his first, and the team's 8th. A 1-and-1 again for Joseph Scott at the line to our right.
Well, he had a guy wide open underneath the basket over there for St. Louis Community College, and he just fired it up kind of wildly from where he was at, and it hit the backboard, and as you said, that counts as a long three, which he has not been real efficient in tonight.
It's definitely trying for the pass. First for Scott. Hits it. He gets the second. 14 in the game for Scott. He leads all scorers for Mac, and he's only made 2 field goals. .549 to go in regulation. Mac down 53-47. Second for Scott. Hits them both.
All right, so I did not jinx him.
Thank goodness. I heard people waiting outside with the pitchforks. Across the timeline, Zach Goss gets it to Behringer in the logo. Now to the foul line for Barsh. Trying to work around Scott. Does, pivots, puts it off the iron and in. Barsh with 14. 55-48.
Well, they're letting Barsh down in too low. And same thing with Derek Smith tonight. They're getting some room down low. Nobody there to stop them, and they're getting easy buckets down there.
Tony Irons cannot be happy with the way this second half has gone, and we get a moving screen called against Mack and Preston Turner.
Wow.
That's his second, and that puts St. Louis in the bonus.
Well, you're down to the last 5 minutes, and Mack's going to have to do something. They're going to have to get up and get going. De'Ari Duncan has been ineffective when he's been in here tonight, and he's been in a couple of times, coming back from not playing a little bit because of an injury and some illness. But, it's coming to a point where Mack's got to get some rebounding, whether it's from Duncan or somebody else.
Flanagan to the near side. He got Justin Barsh. Barsh top to Flanagan again. Hand it off to Zach Goss. Shot clock down to 7. Corner 3, Flanagan wouldn't go. It's short. Rebound try, poked and missed by St. Louis and Behringer. Preston Turner at the other end after Joseph Scott pulled it off the board. Jordan Richard to the near side. Phillips down low to Turner. Knocked away and out of bounds off of St. Louis. 4:34 to go in the second. C.J. Claxton comes into the game.
Was that down there at the other end? Was that an attempt at, being cute or what? But first guy goes up and hits it over the other side of the backboard to somebody else who's wide open.
Turner, deep 2, got it.
So I don't know if that was intended or not.
55-47. Turner's got 13. 55-50, I should say.
That's still plenty of time to get this 5-point lead, but you have got to get yourself a stop here, I think.
This is C.J. Lang. Interior pass to Justin Barsh. 4 minutes left. Barsh had it knocked away. Dooling to the near side. Turner. Spot up 3 near wing. Too short. Rebound. Dooling chases. Dooling has it. Nearly out of bounds, and he stepped out and gave it away. 3:57 left. Media timeout. 55-50. Mack trails with 3:57 to go, and that's not good. Zach Goss in some difficulty. Looks like a cramp. Media timeout. 5-point lead for the Archers. 3:57 left on KFMO.
My name's Nick Vargo. I'm the lead service advisor in the Pettis Ford Service Department. We are owned and operated by 2 different families. We treat you guys like a family. You're not just a number on the board to us. You're actually a family member when you come in and get great service. And that's what we strive for, is to create a family environment in the dealership.
Community is everything to us.
Guys, if you want a family-owned and operated dealership that does strive for excellence, we'll get you taken care of.
Come to Pettis Automotive, where we treat you like family.
$55-50. St. Louis leads Mineral Area. 3:57 left in regulation. Jared Pettis, Glenn Berry, Taylor LeBrier back at the studio. That timeout brought to you by Missouri Farm Bureau. St. Louis on the inbound. To throw it in, that's Mackay Behringer. That's a long 5 count, and there it is. I was literally just about to say that 5 felt like at least 7.
Yeah. It was like they lost count. The 1, 2, 3. See what comes after 3. You know, like they weren't sure what they were doing next. But yeah, that's a long 5 count, but they got it.
And what do we? Shot clock will be at 20 for Mac. Preston Turner will inbound on the far sideline. Turner gets it. Mac down by 5. To the corner for Claxton. Back to Turner. Between the circles, he takes it. Rejects a Joseph Scott screen. Turner down low, and he's fouled. Oh, and then he's pulled down, but I think that was just because the player was trying to block a shot. Turner's going to go to the line and shoot 2 free throw, a 1-and-1, I should say. As that foul is the 9th on St. Louis, and back into the game, Zach Goss. Good to see that. He was in a heap of pain before that timeout, as one of his legs were cramping. They were trying to stretch his leg out.
As he gets to be my age, he'll get that a lot more often, just not doing anything. But it's good to see him back in the game.
First one, no good. Offensive rebound, Dueling. He's trapped underneath, can't hit the shot, and threw it off of Claxton and nearly out of bounds, but it was stolen by St. Louis. Hail Mary outlet, Derek Smith slams it. Smith with 14. Mack on the near side, down by 7. C.J. Claxton in the corner. Dueling has it at the near wing. Dueling holds above his head. Down low to Joseph Scott. Might have got away with the walk. Can't hit the layup. Coming to get it, Claxton. To Dueling on the near side. Bodies his way to the basket. He can't hit the layup. Ball still loose. Goss comes away with it. And jump ball, and the arrow favors St. Louis. 3:14 left. 57-50 Archers.
Well, right now, Dueling is doing as much as he possibly can, but being a guy who is 6'1" in the land of giants is having a hard time getting those rebounds and putting them back up and in. But Mack is missing some shots down low. They got to get those things to go.
And so Derek Smith will inbound to the baseline. Full court pressure from Mineral Area, and left all alone wide open was Justin Barsh as he works up the floor. 3 minutes to go. It was poked away from behind by Dueling and stolen by Scott. Dueling to the near side. Preston Turner working down low. Steps around a defender. Blocking foul called as Turner, instead of taking it to the cup, went for the pass down low to Jordan Richard. And instead of making a layup and getting an and one, he's going to shoot 2 free throws because Mack is in the double bonus.
And that is it for Derek Smith. He fouls out with 3:01 left to go in the game. And I'm really kind of surprised at that call to begin with. I was hoping it was not going to be a charge because Smith just kind of sat down after he got touched there. But I wasn't sure they'd call anything at all, but that's it for him.
Smith was played well, 14 points. Got into foul trouble early on in this half. Hadn't played a whole lot of the half.
I think that's big if Mack can take advantage of it now because Smith has really been on the boards here, especially in this second half tonight.
Again, that foul on Smith. It's the 10th on the Archers. Mack in the double bonus with 3:01 left. They're down by 6. Preston Turner trying to make it 5, and he does. 37-32. Check that. 57-52. I lost 20 points there trying to read that score. 3:01 left, and the inbound pass goes to Zach Goss. Goss across the timeline, poked away again. Jordan, check that, Joseph Scott. Down low, Claxton can't hit the layup. Offensive rebound, Dueling, fouled. He goes to the line to shoot 2 as the layup misses.
Couple of layups, just getting some really unlucky rolls for Mack. A couple of those shots looked like they were all the way down, and they just kept coming out. But still a chance to pick up 2 here with the clock not moving. That would pull them back within a 3-point game and a one-possession game here late in it with 2:48 to go.
Dueling with 2 at the line to our right. First free throw, good.
You got to give him credit shooting off the free throw line after really not playing a full night tonight. You got to wonder if he is just completely loosened up from shooting-wise anyway from the field.
Second free throw rolls in. Friendly Irons here at the Bob. 6 for Dueling. Timeout. The Archers, if it's a full, we take it. If it's a 30, we keep it. It's a 30-second timeout, so we will keep this one here. 2:48 to go in the second. We're back with Mineral Area action on Saturday as the Cards and Lady Cards travel to Three Rivers and take on the Lady Raiders and Raiders. Those Three Rivers men just upset Moberly on Saturday, this past Saturday, by 15 down at Three Rivers.
Well, I tell you what, you got a lot of teams in this conference in this area that play each other a number of times. And, sometimes teams like Three Rivers, sometimes teams like Moberly comes down here to Mack, or Mack goes to somewhere, and, a lot of good talent out here. They can just about beat anybody at any time.
2:48 left in the second, 57-54. Archers leading the Cardinals. It's St. Louis ball. They're up by 3. They led by, I believe, 7 at one point.
I think that's been their biggest lead of the night, where I think Mack's biggest lead has been 6.
C.J. Lang working it up the floor. Bounce pass to the near side, Zach Goss. Goss gets across the timeline, back to Lang. Lang is fouled by Jordan Richard. That'll be his second, and the team's 8th. And it'll be a 1-and-1 for C.J. Lang.
Well, this is where free throws are absolutely important for both sides here in this part of the game.
First free throw short, rebound, grab by Claxton, undercut. And he's going to the line to shoot 2. We will walk it down as he's helped to the floor. The foul is on Justin Barsh. That's his 3rd. Claxton lucky to be okay.
Yeah, that was kind of a dangerous undercut right there. And he's coming over to grab a towel just to wipe his hands off to get ready to go to the free throw line. You might have heard Tony Irons, who has been under the weather for a while, not able to talk very well. And he was yelling as best as he could, block out, block out.
2:36 left in regulation. Mack down by 3. First free throw for Claxton, no good.
Still a one-possession game if he can hit this one right here. But Mack also needs to make sure if he doesn't hit it to try to get on the boards.
Claxton hits that one. Mack is down by 2, Glenn, and they've missed 4 free throws tonight. And they nearly had a steal. Coming to get that one on the near side. It was Justin Barsh, and again it's loose. Preston Turner for the tie. Oh, but Scott's there to clean it up and then taps it back in. Scott missed the first chance. Turner missed his first chance. Scott made good on the 3rd try. On the near side, St. Louis, we're tied up 57-57. And did B.J. Dueling just foul out?
No, I think it's
Jordan Richard again.
Yeah, it's going to be on Jordan Richard.
That's a pair of lazy fouls taken by Jordan Richard. That is the 4th on Richard, the 9th on Mineral Area. 1-and-1 for C.J. Lang.
Well, it's tied up ball game right now. C.J. Lang's got the shot. If he can get this one to go down, he'll get a second one. There's going to be a 2-shot foul.
A 1-and-1.
I like this rule better than I do the high school one. I know.
Me too, Glenn. I miss it.
High school, it's a different story, when you're talking about the middle preparation.
First one good for Lang. He's going to get the second. Mack down by a point.
I always thought basketball with the free throws was kind of, I don't know if it's a rip-off or what, but you think about it. You get an easy shot, you miss it, but you're fouled, and then you got to go stand quietly in front of everyone and shoot. That's a lot of pressure.
Second free throw. Lang hits them both. 2-point lead, St. Louis. 2:10 left in regulation. B.J. Dooling on the near side. Bounce pass to Jordan Richard at the near wing. Richard holds, gets it to Preston Turner. Turner to the foul line. Through traffic, lay it in. Turner ties us again. 59-59, a minute 50 to go in regulation. Preston Turner's got 17 points. Inbound launched and stolen by Richard. Mack could take the lead. Richard holds, he gets it to Dooling. Dooling waits. Game clock at 1:35. Dooling just out of the logo to the near side for Richard. A minute 30 left, 15 on the shot clock. Preston Turner, top of the arc. Mack taking their time. Shot clock down to 8. Turner trying to cross over, met by a defender. Fadeaway shot from the foul line. Good for Turner! He's got 9! 61-59 with a minute 10 left in regulation. Sorry, Glenn, go ahead.
Preston Turner has risen to the top here at the end of this ball game. Only a minute 5 left to go, and Mack has the lead once again.
60 seconds left. 3 for the lead. St. Louis, it wouldn't go. The miss for Lang. The rebound to Richard, and Mack could seal this one.
And I think the officials have put their whistles away here because there's been a lot of pushing and shoving going on both rebounds and shots.
44.5 on the clock. 30-second timeout. This is Tony Irons. 61-59, Mack leads. We keep this timeout here. 44.5 left. Timeout brought to you by Missouri Farm Bureau agent Mike Sonsegar on Farmington, Jonathan Steffen in Deloge. Contact them today for a free quote on auto, home business, or life insurance. As we got a barn burner brewing down here at the Bob Sechrist Fieldhouse, Glenn. The Cardinals and Archers. And it's been back and forth, really. And at times it looked like one side was going to run away with it and the other team just turned things around.
It's been a game of momentum, back and forth, as you said. And at one time it looked really bleak for Mack. In fact, with 2:48 left to go in this game, they were down. And I look up again with about 2:10 left, and they're tied. And now they've got the lead. The difference in the shot clock right now is about 27 seconds. So Mack can shoot, get it in the basket before 17 seconds is up. They're going to have to play defense. So this could be a big basket here in this ball game if they can get it.
Preston Turner will inbound in front of us. Gets it to Dooling. Game clock down to 42 seconds. Shot clock at 15. Turner on the far side. On perimeter. Works inside down low. Sends it underneath for Scott, and he's fouled going up with it. Scott's going to shoot 2.
Well, down low, C.J. Lang stuck a hand in there, and he's going to be picking up the foul. He looks at some of his teammates and said, I don't know what else to do, but he reached in to try to grab that shot as Joseph Scott was going up. Now, Scott needs to hit some free throws.
As Glenn mentioned, has not missed one yet tonight.
I was not going to mention that right now.
11 for 11. 17 points in the game for Scott. He only has 3 field goals. First free throw. Glenn said it. Just kidding, I said it. It rolls around and comes out.
Jared Pettis, Post Office Box 36, Park Hills, Missouri, 63601.
35.7.
Well, this could be a big one right here. This could make it a 3-point game.
Second for Scott. Hits that one. 3-point game. He's got 18. 62-59. Shot clock and game clock differential, 5.7 seconds. Inbound. Grabbed by St. Louis to the near side lane. Into the corner for Barsh. Timeout, St. Louis. And they'll set up an offensive play. They need a 3 to send it to overtime. You know, St. Louis beat Mack last year in double overtime, Glenn, and it was the reason that Mack was snubbed from the national tournament.
Yeah, I remember that game late in the season, and we were talking about it when the seedings came out and the fact that, everybody pretty much figured Mack would go up there, win the game, come back home, everything would be fine, and win, lose, or draw, they'd make it into the national tournament. But I think that hurt as much as anything, getting them into the national tournament last year. And tonight, they're trying to avenge that loss, but they really need to pick up a win here.
The difference last year, that was a Monday night game, whereas this one on a Wednesday night and played here at the Bob and not at St. Louis Community College.
It's always hard to win on the road. When you get a team like, St. Louis Community College, they're 12-11 on the season, but they've played some good basketball this year, played some good teams as well, and they're fighters. There's a scrappy team out there. Guys like Derek Smith, and we've seen tonight Zach Goss putting up a lot of shots. Justin Barsh, he's had a great game here tonight. They've got some talent, so you can't take any of these teams for granted whatsoever.
26.9 left, shot clock at 22, so Mac will have a chance for a possession if this is a made three.
And that's pretty much, I think, what they have to go for. I mean, you could say get it early, too, and then try to get the ball back, but I think the best thing right now is to set up for a three. And if I'm Mac, rebound, rebound, rebound.
If I'm Mac, I'm leaving that lane open, letting them take a two. Lang on the near side doesn't take the three. Game clock at 24, shot clock at 17. Lang into the logo. Bounce pass to the foul line for Barsh. Into the corner. Goss for the tie. Short. Rebound on the floor. Goss kick it back out to tie and send it to OT. That wouldn't go. That miss was Behringer. Offensive rebound. Put back short. Second try. Good for Lang. And there's 4.1 left. And Tony Irons used his last time out. And Mac leads by a point with 4.1 left.
I think he's wanting to set something up coming inbounds to get the ball inbounds. Who he wants to get it to, just in case there is some sort of a foul or something. He wants to get somebody to the line that he can, but that is a little surprising. Sometimes you think, get that ball inbounds as quick as you can and take off with it.
4.1 left. It was a mad scramble down there for St. Louis Community College. There was a miss from Goss. He got his own rebound back out. Behringer missed from perimeter. Then it was Barsh that missed down low, and C.J. Lang finally finished to make it a one-point game. And, Mac is really lucky that there wasn't a foul call because there were players swinging for the fences down there trying to block that shot. I don't know how they didn't make any contact.
That's very true. And really a good defensive stand early on, because that first three that went up from outside by Goss was well defended. And there was even a nice screen over there in the corner, but I think it was Joseph Scott who ran to the corner and just got a hand in the guy's face. He missed the three-pointer. But, man, rebound, rebound, rebound. That's what Mac needed to do there, and they couldn't get it.
Mac will inbound. St. Louis likely will foul immediately with 4.1 left. Send Mac to the foul line to shoot two and make it a three-point game again. And they're going to have to foul as fast as possible. Mac setting up an offensive play where I imagine they won't have anybody standing still.
And you got five guys out there with maybe the exception of Claxton that are pretty good at shooting free throws.
Inbound to Dooling, and he's fouled. So Dooling will walk it down and shoot two free throws. 2.7 left.
B.J. Dooling goes back to the free throw line again. He's played most of the game in foul trouble, set out most of the first half after picking up his third foul. Picked up that fourth foul 4 minutes in. Set down for a while, and finally, with about the 10-minute mark, Coach Irons said, we got to have you. Get back out there. And he's been out there ever since playing with 4 fouls.
Foul is the second on C.J. Lang. 2 free throws for Dooling.
Put more time on the clock, too. It's back to 3.1.
3.1, okay.
And that's what Tony Irons was asking. How did that only take off 1 second?
First for Dooling. Good. It's a 2-point game. Glenn, if he makes this, would you have somebody foul St. Louis and put them in double digits so they could only shoot 2?
Yeah, I'd almost think about that. Yeah, seriously, because if they go down and hit 2, then you're
still
back
up
to
by
the same
1.
situation.
But he has to hit this. Yes, Glenn, he does. Dooling's got 7 in the game. He is 4 of 5 from the line. Attempt number 6 here. Good. 3-point game with 8.1 to go, and St. Louis will take their penultimate timeout. They have 1 left. 3.1 on the clock. We'll keep it here. 64-61. It is a 3-point lead for Mac. Timeouts brought to you by Missouri Farm Bureau, Glenn. And now if you're Mac, you have to draw up a defensive play. I don't know. I wouldn't go full court pressure right here, I don't think. I'd maybe set up at the half-court line.
Kind of like a prevent defense almost kind of thing.
Yeah. Similar to hockey's like 1-3-1.
Yeah. Try to deny them the half-court line a little bit, not too much. And I kind of like that idea. And I know, it's 3.1 seconds. I know Tony Irons is a better coach than I am, but I kind of like that idea of, hey, the worst you can do if we foul you is pull within 1 and we get the ball back. So I would not be surprised to see if they get it to half court, a quick foul just to make sure that they don't get a 3 off.
3.1 left, 64-61, and what did I say, Glenn? 131.
Yep. And Zach Goss is down under the basket looking to spring to the outside.
Inbound to the near side, and C.J. Claxton fouls, and that was the other thing that I said, Glenn.
And there you go.
1.8 left, and it'll be C.J. Lang to shoot 2. Claxton commits his first, and that's the 10th on Max, so St. Louis in double bonus.
If you have a coaching vacancy, contact me. I'm Glenn Berry. I'll be Jared Pettis' agent. He only coaches the last 3 seconds of the game, though.
First for Lang. Good.
Now you
Timeout St. Louis.
You know he's going to try to miss this one and get the rebound real quick, so Mack has got to block out.
We saw Mack try and do that against Moberly, intentionally miss, and unfortunately could not grab the rebound. Likely would have won the game or gone to OT.
We saw that actually with the Mack girls, too. Only difference was they stepped over the free throw line as the free throw was taken off, and that made things even worse. But right now, a 2-point game, less than 2 seconds left to go in this game. I know the officials are going to get together and talk about this situation to make sure they understand how much time is left, who's got the possession arrow, all that stuff. But the big thing right here, I'm pretty sure he's going to try to miss it. The big thing right here is block out. You have to block out.
1.8 left, Mack up 64-62. St. Louis drawing up a play where they will intentionally miss. Now remember, they have to hit the iron. And Mack has the possession arrow, both teams in the bonus. The Archers don't have any more timeouts left, I believe. Although the board shows that they have 2 left. Second free throw, C.J. Lang for the intentional miss off the iron, and it fell in! Oh, he was not trying to do that. Lang has 13. Mack leads by a point, 1.8 left, and Dooling is fouled. 0.5 on the clock, Glenn. There is no chance that he meant to make that one.
No, he was trying to hit the side of the rim, and he did, but unfortunately for him, he got the bounce, and it rolled around, hit the back of the rim, and fell down.
Foul is the third on C.J. Lang. B.J. Dooling to shoot 2. First free throw, good. 9 for Dooling. Back to a 2-point game.
9
Checking
points.
in, Flanagan. Sorry, Glenn.
6 points of those coming from the free throw line, most of those late in the game.
Dooling started his point scoring with a 3-pointer, and it's been field goals since. Dooling hits them both. He's got 10. 3-point game. The only thing Tony Iron said to do is not let him roll it up the floor. Half a second left. It'll be a Hail Mary inbound. It is stolen by Turner, and that'll do it. 66-63 the final. Mineral Area comes back and gets the winner, scoring 40 points in the second half. Final score in this one, 66-63. Mack with the win. The Hubs Pub and Grill postgame show coming up after this on KFMO.
Back here on the Hubs Pub and Grill postgame show, going to talk it over with Tony Irons, head coach of the Mineral Area College Cardinals. And I guess you got to wipe your brow here tonight and say, wow, we got out of here with a win. It wasn't pretty, but you did the things you had to do going down the stretch, didn't you?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. These are like trap games, man. You knew going in that they're going to play hard. Like their coach, Miles, I actually coached him in high school, so, it was real good to see, him and, what he's doing with the group down there. Coaches, got them playing super, super hard. And, and with us, it's just, it's continued to be kind of up and down. We show flashes being really, really good, and we show flashes where, we're not that great. So, we just got to get back to the drawing board and continue to do the same things. There's not very many games left, so we got to kind of figure some stuff out.
I know Derek Smith was a big part of their game tonight. When he fouled out with 3:01, how big was that for your team, especially on the rebounding side?
That was huge, man. They out-rebounded us tremendously. Credit to them. They four shots at the basket, and that can't be who we are, man. We got to be a lot tougher, especially if you're talking about going into Saturday where, Three Rivers out-rebounded Moberly the other day, 37-17. So, we've been a good rebounding team pretty much all year, but tonight we weren't.
Some odd reason it was not a good night for rebounding. It was not a great night for shooting, but when you get down the stretch, you got some big plays from big people, especially B.J. Dooling from the free throw line after missing most of the first half because of foul trouble. Part of the second half, he comes in and he gets foul number 4 in that 4-minute time period. You just decided to roll the dice and leave him out there, and it turned out to be a good decision.
We had to. He stabilizes us a little bit. A.J. Walker, we decided that we weren't playing him tonight, so because he's been dealing with that ankle issue, and we've been trying to make sure we get him as close to healthy as possible, and he's almost there. So, we were tonight we thought that we were going to see some other guys, see if they can contribute, because right now I need to know who we can count on down the stretch and who we can't, and so A.J. sitting out was opportunity for Antoine Thomas and different people to kind of show what they can do. And but down the stretch we needed B.J. So B.J. was smart to play with the 4 fouls and not pick up the 5th one. And I thought he made some good defensive plays even without fouling.
I thought that late in the game as well that Preston Turner was kind of the go-to guy as well. He just seemed to take over, hit some big threes, got some free throws in there, and he was driving the lane, getting some pretty tough shots to drop.
Yeah, he was big down the stretch, hit some big shots. He was poised. He didn't get rattled, hit some big free throws, and that's who he's got to be. All year it's been somebody different offensively for us. Nobody's been, exceptional. But, tonight I thought that, he stepped up to the challenge and he kind of, made some things happen that we needed.
Now, I know coaches hate this question, but I'm going to throw it out at you anyway. Sometimes when you got a big ball game coming up like you do on Saturday night and you got a team like St. Louis Community College comes in here, these guys are kids. They're still barely out of high school. Do they sometimes maybe mentally kind of look past a team like this?
Yeah. That's what happens too, and it's just that, sometimes it wasn't like, I guess the environment wasn't as live as it normally is too, and we saw it in the warm-up though. We knew we had good practice yesterday, had great shoot-around today. We stressed being prepared for this game, treating this game like it was a championship game. But, again, like you say, human nature. Kids look at records. Kids look at, certain things. And, sometimes they try to look past it no matter how hard we try to, push it. But the problem is that you don't want to, take steps backwards. Because you can't, you know what I mean? And that just proves because, credit to them. We knew that they were going to come in here and play as hard as they possibly could. That was the reason that, St. Louis Community beat them last year. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. They're nothing to lose, and they're going to come here and fight, and that's what they did tonight.
They did a great job of doing that. Now, you've got Three Rivers coming up on Saturday down at their place. We saw that team not too long ago up here. We thought that was one of the most evenly matched games we've seen all year. Both of you guys seem to play the same kind of a game. What are you doing to prepare for that game coming up Saturday?
Again, it's going to be a war. We got to start with rebounding the ball because they're big, athletic. I thought that they didn't particularly shoot it great when they were here the last time, and they're going to shoot it better probably at their place. We just got to execute. We got to be tough. That's the main thing too. It's like we have to. Every possession in games on the road matter, and going into that, like, our margin for error is very, very small. So we're going to have to stay disciplined and actually focus in on what, every possession, and make sure that we can, try to just win one possession at a time.
Now, on a personal note, how's the health? I know you didn't say a whole lot tonight because I know you just haven't had a great voice.
Yeah.
Is it getting any better?
Yeah, a little tad bit. I'm still under the weather. I'm still coughing like crazy, but trying to get it all the way back. But, again, like, I've been spending a lot of time doing a lot in practice. So I'm telling them, like, in the game, it's also, again, trying to see who our leaders are in situations, because there's times where, my voice in big arenas, they're not going to hear me. They're going to have to start talking and doing things like that too. So, again, like I wanted to put more emphasis on them to see if they can kind of try to figure some things out, and I thought we did a little bit.
All right, Coach, we'll go home and take care of that voice, and we'll see you on Saturday.
Yep.
And congratulations on the win tonight.
Thank you.
All right, that is Coach Tony Irons, head coach of the Mineral Area College Cardinals. They win it by a final of 66-63 on the Hubs Pub and Grill postgame show here on AM 1240 KFMO. We're going to take a break, come back. We're going to wrap things up with stats and a final word. Coming up from Mineral Area College, it's MAC basketball on AM 1240 KFMO.
Final score, MAC beats St. Louis 66-63, and it will be time now for the final stats as we wrap things up. Starting it with MAC, their leading scorers, Preston Turner with 19 points. Joseph Scott had 18. B.J. Dooling had 10. Jordan Richard finished with 8. Marcellus Phillips had 6. Andrew Starkey with 3. A.J. Thomas and C.J. Claxton each with a point. For St. Louis Community College, their leading scorer is Zach Goss with 16 points. Justin Barsh and Derek Smith had 14. Smith fouled out with 3:01 to go in the second. C.J. Lang had 13 points. Then it's Makai Behringer with 6. Scoring by half, MAC outscored St. Louis in the first 26-21. St. Louis in the second 42-40. MAC wins 66-63. Glenn Berry has the team numbers.
Well, not pretty numbers for the St. Louis Community College here tonight, but better numbers for MAC as we roll down to the end of the stats here tonight. We start off with the MAC Cardinals. They were 11 of 29 from the field, 37%. They were 7 of 18 from the three-point line. That is 39%, and that was a big difference in this game. 21 points from the three-point arc made a big difference here. 25 of 29 from the free throw line, 86%. When you go to the St. Louis Archers, they were 24 of 44 for 55% from the field, 1 of 24 from three-point land, that's 42%, and 12 of 16 from the free throw line, 75%. Believe it or not, MAC did out-rebound the Archers, but that's only because the MAC Cardinals out-rebounded them in the first half. So overall, the figures total up 33 rebounds for MAC, 27 for the Archers. Turnovers, that's another area where MAC won, and that's not a good idea. 22 turnovers here tonight, 21 turnovers for the Archers. The best news for MAC, though, is they only turned it over 6 times in that second half. And they come back, win this one, and hang on for dear life.
It was a doubleheader sweep for the Cards. The Lady Cards beat St. Louis 116-27. The MAC men 66-63. For everybody involved in the broadcast, Taylor LeBrier back at the studio. Glenn Berry right here to my right doing a fantastic job. Both of you guys. I'm Jared Pettis saying so long. Join us tomorrow as we have high school boys basketball, the final game before the conference tournament on Saturday. It'll be Central at Valley Catholic, pregame at 7, tip-off at 7:30. We'll have live video online at KFMOsports.com. Connor Harbert and Zach Dollar will have the call for you only on AM 1240 KFMO.